Jamie here. Jamie here. Hope everyone's doing outstanding. Let's see here. Hang on one second. Sorry. September 30th, 2024. We have about 23 minutes to open. Gonna be really quick. Not much to talk about. It's been, I wouldn't say a frustrating session, but markets pretty much chopped around for most of the morning into Fed Chair Powell's comments and interview. Seemed like almost like a sell the news event. Despite pretty much his comments coming in line, markets sold off. We are at 571 and change on the SPY, dipped all the way down to 568, held there, and then recouped most of those losses. The S&P is pretty much, it's down about a tenth of a percent here. So nothing crazy. It's just annoying for premiums. Some of the names, especially some of the China ADR names, are well off their highs from this morning. So hopefully find some support here, maybe some chop. We have the JOLTS report tomorrow, Nike earnings after the close, jobs report at the end of the week. So should be some fun here. But at least we got that out of the way with Fed Chair Powell. Let's see here. All right, so the SPY I talked about 575 and 570. It actually broke through that, so now it looks like 568 again on the SPY. Looks like support, so we're watching that tomorrow. And then if you take a look at the small caps, very small candle today on the small caps, and they're kind of hanging in there. Similar, they were underperforming at the open. Now they're pretty much in line with the S&P, down about a tenth of a percent. Again, I was hoping for some more outperformance. One of these days, it's like a broken record. Same with the biotechs. It seems like every day I'm waiting for the biotechs, and same old story. IBB just keeps disappointing. All right, so just quick on individual names. And I put on the watch list this morning around BIDU. I was going to lock the calls in at the open or around the open. The stock showed some support, so I held, and I think it was 108, then it was 109. They're also knocked the door at 110. I just waited till it looked like it found some resistance. It looked like 111, 110.80, 111. It found some resistance, so I locked the last of my calls in for 2,000%. I only had a couple left, and then sure enough, it's been pretty much on a pull. Well, I wouldn't say the sell off, but just a slow meltdown since that point. And the Baidu just turned red here. And 105 is a key spot for Baidu. So when I look, why don't I have my chart with Baidu? But when you look long term back into July, that seems like a spot it had resistance. Couldn't break through it, and then we finally did. So hopefully the 105 holds. If it does, I'll wait till tomorrow. So my concern is China market's up 13% last week, then 8% overnight. At some point, there's going to be a 2 or 3% pullback, maybe 1 or 2%, for no other reason than just profit taking. And then what's going to happen the next day is these China ADR is going to also take it on the chin. So I'll probably wait for tomorrow, wait for the dust to settle. And then possibly revisit the other name I was looking at. And I have my win strikes, and win strikes were solidly green at the open. It was trading up near 98 and only dropped a buck and a half. And the calls have been decimated. The premiums have eroded. But I was looking to get some more win calls in lieu of trying to do this Baidu. Like I was saying last week and this morning, I think I wouldn't call it under the radar, but I think there's more opportunity for upside in regards when you take a look at a name like Win. Why don't I have Win? Oh, there's Win. So might look to get some strikes on Win tomorrow as well. I look at what's going on in China and some of the names that I think will ultimately, definitely Baidu's going to benefit, but I think Win could certainly do that as well. So those are kind of the two names. Biogen was all the way up to trading at 195, and it's been chopping around. Broke under 192 down to 192 after Powell's comments, and then his bounce is churning here. It's down less than 1%. So still some chops. Still think that heads over 200 shortly. I'll wait for some strength, and then I'll add some November strikes to encompass earnings. Clear Secure looked good all day today until the afternoon, and then found a little pressure. Why is this not coming up here? There it is. Still trading over 33 bucks, but again, not much to write home about. Corbis just sitting here down 1%. I guess that's a good sign. It held 20 bucks so far today. It went all the way down to 20.30 at 2 o'clock. So that's holding. And then on the flip side, when the market was pulling back, to sit and try and time some hedges, and then to see this V reversal, it's almost I don't know if it will be a gap higher tomorrow, and then maybe some put hedges. I don't know. Have to see. But for now, I'll just sit on my hands in regards to try and get positions in V. V sold off with the Powell comments, but bounced back pretty much. That one's almost flat. I was looking at Lam Research, ServiceNow. So those are some of the names on the put side, but it doesn't make sense just to make trades just to trade. So kind of one of those days where I locked in the Baidus, and I'll just kind of sit on my hands. Redfin looked great at the open, over 13 bucks. That's given back 70 cents so far, sitting here 12.50. As long as that holds 12 bucks, it's still higher highs, higher lows. I still like that one in the coming days and weeks. And I'm trying to think, VKTX is strong here today, but I'm, knock on wood. It's not strong. It's only up 1%, but considering the rest of the market, um, I think that's it. Not much really to talk about here. SPY's at 5150 is back in the green. Good sign here. We have about 18 minutes to close. So hopefully we close around these levels, uh, chop around, get to a solid JOLTS report and decent jobs report on Friday. And I think it bodes well to earnings season. Tomorrow's October. So September's historically the worst performing month. October's right up there in regards to some of the bigger events, especially to the downside over the last couple decades. So certainly going to be an interesting month with markets at or near all-time highs. So it'll be interesting. Anyway, let's have a great afternoon, folks. I'll be back on audio rock and roll.